It's those wonderful reports, you know, like end of the year reports, charge conference reports. What a terrific reward. Not really. No, I think my greatest reward would be the friendships and fellowship and that you develop over the years at every church that you move to. I have a little story about a girl named Zoe, and Zoe was about 3 or 4, and at communion time, Zoe comes up all on her own, takes the chair, that my little chair that I sat in with the kids for kids time, and I'm up there at the communion table, and I look over, and here's Zoe standing right beside me on the chair. And she stood there just watching and listening. And I remember I turned around to break the bread after it had been blessed. And Zoe got off of the chair and climbed down and picked up the little crumbs of bread and placed them on the choir pew beside her. And then she climbed back up with me. And at the time we turned around to take the bread down to serve, Zoe came right beside me, stood there the whole time. And then her mom comes up and her grandma. And Zoe pops right in front of Mom and Grandma, so she's ready to take her communion. And then she goes and kneels at the altar rail with her mom and grandma, and the 3 of them are praying. And so for me, it was just a sample of how important it is for children to be a part of the church family. And I know for Zoe, at that moment, what she understood that she was part of something special. And Jesus said, let the little children come. So it's always been, I think, an emphasis for me in ministry is just children and youth. I was a drop-off kid as a child at a church my parents didn't attend. And the people in that church always made me feel so welcome and part of the family, and they're still dear friends today. And so I've always wanted that for my kids in the churches. They know they're welcome. Well, I think it would be to take care of yourself, to make sure you take time for yourself and rest. Now, I've not always been very good at that, but I know that it's important. And the other thing would be is just to be connected with the church, whether it's beyond your own local church, there's always something to do. But beyond that is to be connected to the conference, the district. There's church camping, there's walk to Emmaus. There's all kinds of ways that you can serve and be a part of the church larger than the church on the corner. And I think I would encourage them to do that. Well, we'll locate to Fairbury, as well as our hometown, so we'll move back there. And I think for a while I'm just going to sleep and just rest. But then after that, God will direct us into something. I know it'll be mission-oriented. Ron and I served as Board of Global Ministry missionaries for 10 years, and so it's always been a part of our heart. And we'll still be doing missions, and we have a grandson, so we'll be visiting Seattle a little more often. I told the kids, we have 3 children, and I said, we'll come and stay 2 months with every one of them, and then we'll just start over again. So see, that would take my year.